Finding the right place to call home involves much more than simply selecting a house or apartment. The type of community you choose to live in will fundamentally shape your daily experience, social connections, lifestyle, and overall quality of life. In Israel, the diversity of community types offers unprecedented choices, each with distinct characteristics, advantages, and considerations. Understanding these options is essential for making an informed decision that aligns with your personal values, professional needs, and life goals. Israel's major cities, Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Haifa, and Beersheba, represent the country's economic and cultural epicenters. These urban environments pulse with energy, offering unparalleled access to employment opportunities, cultural institutions, educational facilities, and modern amenities. Living in a big city means being at the heart of innovation, where startups flourish alongside established corporations and where diverse populations create vibrant, cosmopolitan atmospheres. The advantages of big city living are numerous and compelling. Career opportunities abound across virtually every sector, from high-tech and finance to arts and academia. Public transportation networks are most developed in these areas, often making car ownership optional rather than essential. Cultural life thrives with theaters, museums, galleries, restaurants representing cuisines from around the world, and nightlife that caters to every taste. Educational institutions, from top-tier universities to specialized schools, provide excellent options for families. Healthcare facilities are typically the most advanced and accessible, with major medical centers and specialist services readily available. However, big city living comes with significant trade-offs that must be carefully considered. The cost of living is substantially higher, with housing prices often consuming a disproportionate share of household income. The pace of life can be relentlessly fast, creating stress and making it challenging to maintain work-life balance. Population density brings both benefits and drawbacks. While you're surrounded by people and opportunities, you may also face crowding, noise, air pollution, and limited personal space. Competition for resources, from parking spaces to school placements, can be intense. The anonymity that cities provide can be liberating for some, but isolating for others who crave closer community connections. Small cities like Netanya, Ashdod, Petah, Tikva, and Rishon LeZion offer many urban advantages while maintaining a more manageable scale and often a stronger sense of community identity. These cities typically have populations ranging from 100,000 to 300,000 residents, providing sufficient critical mass to support diverse businesses, cultural activities, and services without the overwhelming intensity of major metropolitan areas. The appeal of small cities lies in their ability to offer the best of both worlds. You'll find good employment opportunities, though perhaps not as extensive as in major cities, along with reasonable access to cultural amenities, shopping centers, and recreational facilities. Housing costs are generally more affordable than in big cities, allowing for larger living spaces and potentially home ownership opportunities that might be out of reach elsewhere. Public services tend to be more responsive and personal, with local government officials more accessible to residents. Schools often benefit from smaller class sizes and stronger parent-teacher relationships. Small cities frequently maintain distinct characters and histories that give residents a stronger sense of place and belonging. Community events, local festivals, and civic engagement opportunities are more accessible and meaningful. The pace of life is typically more relaxed, allowing for better work-life balance and more time for family and personal interests. Commuting times are usually shorter, whether traveling within the city or to nearby major urban centers for work. Nevertheless, small cities have limitations that may not suit everyone's needs or preferences. Career advancement opportunities may be more limited, particularly in specialized fields, potentially requiring commutes to larger cities. Cultural and entertainment options, while present, may not match the diversity and sophistication available in major metropolitan areas. Shopping and dining choices might be more restricted, and you may need to travel for specialized services or unique experiences. Big towns, typically ranging from 20,000 to 100,000 residents, represent a middle ground that appeals to many families and individuals seeking community connection without sacrificing too many modern conveniences. Towns like Carmel, Ma'alot Tarshiha, and Kiryat Gat offer substantial populations that can support good schools, healthcare facilities, shopping centers, and local businesses while maintaining a more intimate, community-oriented atmosphere. These communities often develop around specific industries or geographic advantages, creating distinct local identities and economic bases. Residents frequently know their neighbors, participate in local organizations, and feel more connected to municipal decision-making processes. Housing options typically include both apartments and single-family homes, often at prices significantly lower than those found in cities. The natural environment is usually more accessible, with parks, hiking trails, and open spaces integrated into daily life. Big towns often serve as regional centers, providing services and employment for surrounding smaller communities. This role creates economic stability and ensures access to essential services like hospitals, high schools, and government offices. Cultural life, while more limited than in cities, often includes community theaters, sports clubs, libraries, and regular festivals or events that bring residents together. However, the limitations of big town living become apparent when seeking specialized services, advanced educational opportunities, or diverse cultural experiences. Career options may be limited to local industries, and young adults often migrate to cities for university education and broader opportunities. Public transportation is typically minimal, making car ownership essential for most residents. Small towns, with populations typically under 20,000, offer the most intimate community experience available in modern Israeli society. Places like Yeruham, Metula, and Sderot provide residents with the opportunity to be genuinely known and valued members of a close-knit community where individual contributions make a visible difference. The advantages of small-town living center around community connection and quality of life factors that are increasingly rare in our interconnected but often impersonal modern world. Children grow up knowing their neighbors, walking safely to school, and participating in community activities where their involvement is both noticed and appreciated. Housing costs are typically the lowest available, often allowing families to own homes with yards and gardens. The pace of life is deliberately slower, prioritizing relationships and personal well-being over economic advancement. Small towns often possess unique characteristics, historical significance, natural beauty, or cultural distinctiveness that create strong community pride and identity. Local businesses are truly local, often family-owned establishments where personal relationships matter. Civic participation is more meaningful, as individual voices carry more weight in local decision-making processes. The challenges of small-town living primarily revolve around limited opportunities and services. Employment options may be severely restricted, often requiring commutes to larger communities or limiting career advancement. Educational opportunities beyond basic schooling usually require travel or relocation. Healthcare, shopping, and entertainment options are minimal, necessitating regular trips to larger communities for many needs. Young people often leave for education and career opportunities, potentially creating demographic imbalances and limiting social opportunities for certain age groups. Yishuvim represent a uniquely Israeli approach to community development, typically established as small planned communities with specific demographic or ideological foundations. These communities, ranging from a few hundred to several thousand residents, are often built around shared values, religious observance levels, lifestyle preferences, or professional backgrounds. The defining characteristic of Yishuvim is their intentional nature. Residents typically choose these communities because they align with specific lifestyle goals or values, creating unusually high levels of social cohesion and shared purpose. Many Yishuvim maintain admission committees that ensure new residents share the community's vision and values, creating harmonious but potentially exclusive environments. These communities often feature carefully planned physical environments with attention to green spaces, pedestrian-friendly designs, and architectural consistency. Community facilities like synagogues, community centers, and playgrounds are central to daily life. Social support networks are strong, with neighbors helping each other through life's challenges and celebrations. However, the intentional and selective nature of Yishuvim can create challenges. The admission process may exclude individuals who don't fit predetermined criteria, raising questions about diversity and inclusion. The small size and shared values that create intimacy can also lead to social pressure and limited privacy. Economic opportunities within the community are usually minimal, requiring commutes for employment. Kibbutzim represent one of Israel's most distinctive social innovations. Originally established as collective agricultural communities based on principles of equality, mutual aid, and shared ownership. While modern kibbutzim have evolved significantly from their socialist origins, they continue to offer unique community experiences that attract residents seeking alternatives to conventional lifestyle choices. Contemporary kibbutzim vary widely in their approach to collective versus individual ownership, but most maintain strong community bonds and shared facilities that distinguish them from other residential options. These may include communal dining halls, swimming pools, cultural centers, and extensive green spaces. Many kibbutzim have successfully transitioned from purely agricultural enterprises to diverse economic activities including manufacturing, tourism, and high-tech industries. The appeal of kibbutz living lies in the unique combination of community support, shared resources, and often beautiful natural settings. Children benefit from safe, nurturing environments where community members share responsibility for their well-being and development. The cooperative nature of kibbutz life often provides economic security and social support that helps residents weather personal or economic challenges. Modern kibbutzim face the ongoing challenge of balancing individual autonomy with collective responsibility. Many have moved toward mixed models that combine private ownership with shared community assets and services. This evolution has created diverse options, but it has also led to debates about the future direction of the kibbutz movement and what distinguishes kibbutz life from other residential choices. Moshavim represent a middle path between the collective ownership of kibbutzim and entirely private communities. Originally established as cooperative agricultural settlements, Moshavim combine individual land ownership and family farming with cooperative purchasing, marketing, and sometimes processing of agricultural products. The traditional moshav structure appeals to individuals and families who value rural living, agricultural pursuits, and community cooperation while maintaining private ownership and family autonomy. Each family typically owns their home and farmland while participating in cooperative purchasing of supplies, sharing of expensive equipment, and collective marketing of products. Modern moshavim have diversified beyond agriculture, with many residents pursuing careers in nearby cities while maintaining rural lifestyles. This evolution has created communities that combine rural beauty and tranquility with reasonable access to urban amenities and employment opportunities. The cooperative tradition often extends beyond agriculture to community services, creating strong social networks and mutual support systems. However, moshav life requires active participation in community decisions and cooperative activities, which may not suit everyone's preferences or schedules. The agricultural foundation, even when modified, often means larger time commitments and seasonal variations in workload and income. Selecting the right community type requires honest assessment of your priorities, lifestyle preferences, and life stage needs. Consider your career requirements and advancement goals. Some professions thrive in urban environments, while others are more compatible with rural or small-town settings. Evaluate your financial situation and housing preferences, as community type directly impacts both cost of living and available housing options. Think carefully about your social needs and preferences. Do you thrive in diverse cosmopolitan environments, or do you prefer intimate communities where everyone knows each other? Consider your family situation. Young families often prioritize school quality and safety, while empty nesters might value cultural amenities and healthcare access. Don't forget to consider your long-term plans and how your needs might evolve over time. The choice of community type is deeply personal and significantly impacts daily life satisfaction. Take time to visit different types of communities, talk with current residents, and honestly assess how each option aligns with your values, goals, and lifestyle preferences. The right choice will support and enhance your life journey, providing the foundation for both personal fulfillment and meaningful community connection.